today, but we're going to talk a little bit today about the moons of Mars. Again, you don't need to take notes. No, I don't want to go that way. Okay, there we go. So there are two moons that go around Mars. And again, you don't need to take notes. I just want to touch on a few things that are kind of interesting about these two little places before we get into our main activity today. Of course, you can't see Deimos with the thing there. Let me move myself down here. Or not, whatever. Okay. So Phobos and Deimos closely orbit Mars, so they're named after the Roman gods of panic and fear and terror/dread, because those things typically follow along anytime you've got a big war. And Mars is the god of war, so it's a nice way to call his little things that are going around in there. They follow their father Mars into battle. So you can see what they look like there. Extremely small places. Very, very small compared with the size of our own moon or any other place we've been so far. Just 13.8 miles across for Phobos, and that's the big one. Deimos is the smaller one. It's only 7.7 miles across, so pretty crazy stuff. The surfaces, no surprise here, they're cratered and rocky. You can see the two surfaces side to side there. A little bit about each one. This is Phobos. That's the bigger one. You can see one of the main things about this moon is that it has kind of a big crater off to the right there. That's called Stickney Crater. And Phobos is unique in that it orbits closer to Mars than any other moon orbits whatever it's going around. It does. And it's actually orbiting closely enough that it's highly unstable. Eventually it's just going to fall right into Mars. And if we can figure out exactly when that's going to happen, that'll be a sight to see. Because, even though it's a small moon, anything that's, 13 to 15 miles across is going to cause a ton of damage, bless you, when it smashes into it. So that's something we'll keep our eyes on. Deimos is the smaller one right here. It is irregularly shaped. It has extremely small amount of mass. And remember that the reason that you feel lighter on the moon is because it has less mass. And the less mass an object has, the less gravity it's going to provide. Deimos is no different. It's got a tiny, tiny, small amount of mass. It is 0.0004% Earth's gravity. And just for reference then, that means you could jump 2,510 times your jump height on the Earth. And then some. So that means if you could jump 1 foot on the Earth, you could jump half a mile on this little thing.
Did you ever play NBA Jam?
Oh, I love NBA Jam.
That's what the gravity they were using.
Right. I think you're right. Actually, I was just playing that the other day. The old version, anyway. I do have the one for the Wii, too. So, yeah, it's tough to imagine this. And, it's one thing to think that you're in the air for that long, you might be afraid of crashing right back down. You might think that you're that high up that when you come back down, you're just going to smash and, break a leg or something. But that's not the case. In the same way that on Earth, when you jump up, you land with the same velocity that you left with, the same thing would be true here. So if you jumped up real hard, you would land, no harder than however you jumped up. So you won't hurt yourself. But you would probably get bored up there for a while because you'd be in the air for a long, long time. That would be something neat to think about, though.
It would be like parachuting.
Kind of would be, yeah.
Do you fall at the same speed, though?
Well, parachuting, you're probably going faster, actually, parachuting than what you'd fall with this. For this, it would be where you jump, you're moving real fast, and in the same way that I teach in physics, how a ball slows down as it goes up, you would slow down as you get higher and higher. Eventually you'd reach a point where you'd stop and you'd turn around and start to pick up speed going back downwards. But I calculated this, I think, last year, and I think we calculated that if you can jump a foot on Earth, and you did this on Deimos, you'd be in the air for, I think it was like 10 minutes or something like that. So,
You can watch a Friends episode of Big Time.
you sure could. So yeah, make sure you have your AirPods in and all that. But it would be kind of neat, because imagine like Mars being right above your head, and you can see the entire planet, and you like jump towards it, and it looks like you're going there, and you spend 10 minutes just hanging out looking at Mars, and then you come right back down. That is just something neat, the sort of thing that I would think about anyway. All right, what else do I have here? So if you're on Deimos looking at Mars, this is the sort of thing you're going to see. Again, it's further away than Phobos is. Phobos, you'd see this very, very close up. Can we see Mars' moons from Earth? No, they're way too small and they're way too far away. The end. Thank you.